February 19th, 2024. A day that shook South Africa. 6-year-old Joshlin Smith vanished without a trace from the coastal town of Saldanha Bay. What followed was a desperate search, a community in turmoil, and a shocking revelation. This is the story of Joshlin Smith, a nation's search for justice.
I made a comment to one of my colleagues saying, look, I'm done with missing kids. Most of the kids, they end up dying and it takes a lot of toll on you, so I'm just done. And then February, I see this police report. Okay, I see it the morning. Okay. My mistake was looking at the picture. And it bothered me the whole day. And I was just like, you know what? I'm taking back what I said. I'm doing something about it, because there was something about this girl's eyes. I was like, she's literally looking into the depths of my soul. And it's just like, help me.
Joshlin was last seen at around 5 p.m, wearing a light blue t-shirt and denim shorts. Her mother, Kelly Smith, reported her missing, stating that she had left her in the care of her boyfriend, Jacquin. But as investigators dug deeper, troubling questions emerged.
My colleague Kim K and I were sitting in the car just before getting out. I was saying a little silent prayer, please, let us just get this child. And we were saying, you know what? Can we just find her? So, just so that everything can get to a point. There was a lot of hope on the beach. We also did, just above the new housing, it's up a very steep hill. There's a small farming. So there's a lot of small farms. And we were searching there. It was so hot, but we were keeping at it. And there was one guy who jumped the fence because he had seen a corrugated sheet covering a hole. And I was just to myself, even if this is it, that this is a body, let it just be her. And unfortunately it wasn't. I think it would put not only the locals, but as a nation, put this to rest. People would have been, I think, it sounds bad, but people would have been happy if it was what, at least.
Joshlin was 'n baie stil mens gewees. Joshlin het sy baie gespeel, maar sy was 'n baie stil mens gewees. As Joshlin nie gekom het en haar pa het miskien gegaan om by Louis se werk te gaan doen, kaste te gaan aan mekaar sit, sal Joshlin heel dag bans my lê, TV kyk. Dit was Joshlin gewees. Joshlin sal nie beweeg het saam met iemand anders wat sy nie geken het nie. Sy het net hier gelê. Jason moet vir Joshlin vra, Joshlin, of ouers, wil jy nie 'n stukkie brood hê nie? As hulle sê net haar kop skud, maar sy sal lê, TV kyk.
As the days turned into weeks, law enforcement intensified the search. A R1 million reward was offered by politician Gayton McKenzie, but still, Joshlin remained missing. Then came a breakthrough, one that no one expected.
Most people are kind of in denial about human trafficking happening in South Africa. I've seen cases, most people, they would say, no, it's something you see on Netflix. That doesn't happen here. It's literally happening on our doorstep, and people cannot see it because people refuse to see it. So I do think that it can, human traffickers, They do not just go up to somebody and say, look, I want to buy a child. This is something that is so calculated and thought out of. Maybe she was sold, Kelly sold her. But it could be that Kelly also doesn't really know, because just like drugs and firearms change hands so many times, like any other illicit trade, people are literally trading in human beings. So it's extremely plausible.
On March 7th, 4 suspects were arrested: Kelly Smith, her boyfriend Jacquin, Stevino Fandera, and Lourentia Lombard. They were charged with human trafficking and kidnapping. Allegations surfaced that Joshlin had been sold for 20,000 rand. Across South Africa, the case of Joshlin Smith ignited a firestorm. Vigils were held, protests erupted, and the community demanded justice. But as the trial continued, one haunting reality remained: Joshlin was still missing.
Look, I cannot speak about before, because, when speaking to the community and being in the community, everyone is about now, what happened now. A lot of people obviously was not happy, because they are seen as basically thuggies. Now there's so much anger, so much trauma in that community. All they want is for Joshlin to be found. Since the first court appearance, they were baying for their blood. They were close to shoving that police in yellow on its side, because they want to know where the child is. Because remember, this is someone from the community. If not Joshlin, then who would it have been?
The trial moved to the Western Cape High Court. New witnesses came forward. Charges against Lombard were dropped when she turned state witness. But the ultimate question remained: where was Joshlin?
Die grootste ding is mos nou dat ek wil vraag as vader, sou ek wou geweet het waar my kind is in die wêreld.
Like even sitting in court and just looking at her, I've got so much emotions like running through me, but professionally I need to remain objective. But there's not a few times that has gone by that I didn't say, something in my head. I didn't say it to anyone else, but to myself, how can you do this? Does your conscience not bother you? As a child, if you didn't want a child, send it to your family. So many questions. But yeah, disgust basically is all I can get to.
On the human trafficking charge, you are sentenced to life imprisonment. On the kidnapping charge, you are sentenced to 10 years imprisonment. Because I've imposed life imprisonment, there is no need for me to rule on the concurrency of the sentences, because by operation of law it will be served concurrently.
2 years later, and we now stand on the land that once used to be the house of Joshlin Smith. As the rest of the world has moved on, a dark cloud still hangs over this community, as 2 years later, there is still no sign of Joshlin Smith.
The search continues, and the nation refuses to forget. If you have any information, please contact local authorities. Justice for Joshlin must prevail.